sometimes when you're like a painter, you kind of think, oh my God, it can't happen to me. I live in like Rosendale and nothing's great's going to happen there. It doesn't matter where you are, if you can do it kind of thing. You can easily get caught in a trap of just doing a 9-to-5 job for money and not be passionate about it and give up on your dreams. But I think if you can actually maintain your actual hopes and dreams and carry on amidst all the pressures and everything, eventually it pays off. Too many people give up on their dreams. The way the world is, it can be quite a negative place, and if you think like every person who's ever invented anything has always got this wall of criticism, and anyone who's tried to do something has always got the wall of negativity. And you've got to block out all that negativity and believe in yourself basically and carry on.
Just kind of started tattooing. It's just about making money out of doing something that's marginally creative, so I can make enough money to pay my bills off and then I can just focus on painting. Definitely have an impact on me as a draftsman. Like I did some painting the other day that I took all the images for that job out of tattoo mags anyway. So doing this has had an impact on me as a graffiti writer without doubt. The thing about when you do anything creative, the whole point of it, well for me anyway, is that it's like a real unique set of decisions you have to make. When you're doing something creative, you've constantly got to, just make little decisions about what you're going to do and little turning points and stuff. And that's to me, that's the pleasure in being creative. So it's better that I do a job that is creative, but I don't have to apply all the creative kind of idealism that I've got.
When we walked up before, I saw the clouds behind it, like that, just like springing out of the hill. I like that. So that caught my eye. And although they're moving and changing, I put them in. There's just something about it. It's like a derelict building. It's sat on its own. It's a very bizarre place. It's like something that's gone now. It was like a flash of life. It kind of ingrains itself on your mind, in your memory. You've studied that piece of landscape for, intently for a while, and like the wall lines, the blades of grass. It has an effect. It's like an emotional attachment. It's difficult to put into words, but yeah, definitely you have a connection to that place after that. So guys, a quick sketch. It used to be a lot more animals and things like that. Now it's becoming more buildings, landscape. I think it's still evolving, I think changing, I've got kind of things I want to do, and I kind of go in with the flow, I've kind of looked at my life and my upbringing and the farming. I want people to be aware that there's lots of species on the endangered list and there's lots of landscape threatened.
Artificial amateurs aren't it all amazing? Analytically, I assault, animate things. Broken barriers bounded by the bomb beat. Buildings are broken, basically I'm bombarding. Casually create catastrophes, casualties, canceling. Cats got their canopies collapsing. Detonate a diamond tank.
The thing about it is, right, you get different writers. Everyone's got their own agenda. But there is rules within graffiti, there's rules of competition really. You're competing against everyone all the time. Generally, as a rule of thumb, writers get up kind of to compete and for the process of it.
Opticals, perfected poems, powerful punchlines, pummeling petty powder puffs in my primes. White quaint clothes, keep quiet as quantum. Quarrelers ain't got a quarter of what we gotta. Really raw raps, rising up rapidly, riding the rushing radioactivity. Super scientifical sound search sought, silencing stupefied saps that are soft. Tales 10 times talented, too tough. Take that, challengers, get a tune up. Universal, unique, untouched, unadulterated.
You've got to have a black book, a sketch or everything first. Because if you hit the wall and you kind of don't know what you're doing, you just end up screwing up. So you've got to kind of have a good idea about what you want to achieve. So it's just like a rough sketch, just like, and then I modify it every time that you hit the wall anyway. It's like you've got to work with what you've got. So beforehand, before anyone starts painting, you've all got to know what everyone else is going to do and, you know, where it's all going. I think some people who don't understand graph want to put everyone into one group and say, oh, like Banksy or whoever. But what Banksy is, they're stencil painters. They're not the same as us. We're freehanders. It's fine for people just to accept art on an aesthetic level. You know, just to be nice colours and nice shapes, and then just to go, yeah, I appreciate that. You don't always have to make, you know, some big statement. And it's kind of that. I feed off that. I totally do.
It is. It's just like that connection with people and praise and.
Yeah, like kind of looking for a little approval and you know, shaping the way people like perceive work. The people who are important to me are the people in my hometown or, you know, at the place where I live.
Yeah, I can appreciate the skill.
Yeah.
But what do the you know, what does that mean, for instance? Does it have a meaning to you?
It's just my name. We had like a discussion about this. The debate about is it art, like, I'm not really interested in that debate at all.
I do it to make a product, definite product. I want that thing to survive through time, so people can see, you know, I'm making something that survives, and then people can look and see and learn from that.
Our semiotics are more like new media based, where yours are kind of traditional classical media based. You're affected by like who you are, and you're illustrating and talking about issues that are ingrained into you as a person and your upbringing and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's totally similar. Like, you just represent a different space to me.
Yeah.
It's just the spaces that
Exactly, definitely.
So like.
Yeah. Anyway, nice to meet you.
At first, I wasn't doing any pieces or anything. I was just writing tags and not doing anything any good. The older I got, the more I started to understand about like the rule system of graffiti and started wanting to improve, met more writers. That's kind of how you improve. No matter what you could find out on the internet, there's no substitution for going and meeting other writers and speaking to them. They're the ones that help you develop and mature into a writer. It's definitely a community thing, because at the heart of it, it's simply about like marking your territory and your community's territory. It doesn't work. You can't do it in the countryside because there's not enough people. The important thing is like it's art and it's being seen. It's not like closed away or whatever. So it's completely about public display. Like, I suppose you could say that both what he does and what I do are completely linked to our environments, but the approach is just completely different. When I went up into the woods it was like mad quiet, you know, it was really relaxing. I can understand how that can make you work a certain way, because like here you could relax into like a state of mind where it's kind of constant, but in the city it's like you can go from it being really full on to being like to finding little quiet spaces. You know, maybe I cherish those quiet moments in the city a bit more, where here it's like more prolonged, and the quality of it's better though, because you can escape everything. There was lots of like fundamental differences between us, like the reasons that he makes art and the reason that I make art, but we could come together and agree on similar aspects of our work. But it's those differences that define us both as artists. So just what I do isn't his cup of tea, and what he does isn't my cup of tea. That doesn't make, you know, one of us wrong or right.
What kind of artist would you say you are?
really a landscape artist, yeah. I started like from a really young child. My mum's got a story, a babysitter was looking after me, and we had these white walls, and I drew all over the house on the walls. It was like it always something that calmed me down, relaxed, and I used to draw all the time.
Right in my head, I ain't got the blues no more, I said. Steps on more, I said. Pick me up, singing, I got my blue, yeah. Right in my head, I ain't got the blues no more, I said. Steps on more, I said.
There's something about the everyday working people that have, but it's like a spark, it's creativity, they're just being, and there's a beauty to it. I have learned things, I realise that graffiti, that people are actually thinking about it a lot, and there's a lot of thought into it, and I thought it was kind of just writing your name on the wall, but there's obviously a lot more to it than that. It's a social thing, you know, it's a community, a social kind of art, whereas mine is absolutely, for me, very personal, one-to-one, my connection with the landscape. That was like a big thing that I've noticed.
Why are you inspired by the countryside?
It's basically a lot to do with my life, and that's where I grew up. I've just connected with nature. I really love nature. It's just become a part of me. Animals are important to me. Just the beauty of the landscape, the clouds, it's the landscape. And certain things will stand out to me, angles, you know, different viewpoints, and that often captures my imagination. So I might then make a sketch or perhaps take a photograph of that area if I can, and then I'll kind of go back when I've got some nice quiet time somewhere. I've realised that I like to work in quiet, calm, solitary kind of surroundings more. So yeah, you've just got to kind of trust the process. It can be scary. You think, you know, one thing wrong and it's gone, and you just get on with it really. And it's very satisfying when you complete a work and frame it up, and I like, you know, that to me is a nice thing.